Morning again, Shahan. Since we last spoke, you've moved from Malvern in Durban to Chatsworth now, and that area, looking at the visual just behind you, looks like it's pretty much cut off from the rest of Durban.
Yeah, it definitely is. This community in Kyrgyzstan is cut off, and things have gotten so bad, Dan, that they've made a makeshift bridge because they say authorities have not come to help them. Oh, somebody's trying to get through. Let me let him pass. So, yeah, this is what residents have resorted to. People have come together, built this bridge with scaffolding that they managed to find, and even trees that have been uprooted. So you'll see this is the handle for people to walk up to the road. There's several houses on this side. We're told at least over 100. I need to double check that for a fact. I've spoken to residents who've walked through here. They claim that the municipality has not come to help them. They've had to rely on their neighbors to come together, bring them water because they don't have water since Monday. They're complaining that there are babies here who need milk. There are elderly people who need to get to hospital, who are unable to leave this particular area. So I'm going to make my way up so I can show you the extent of the damage here in Kyrgyzstan. This used to be a small stream, apparently. It's now a full-blown river, some would argue. That's what residents are telling us. The bridge actually managed to stay in place, but the road washed away. Why? Well, because the rubble and trees actually moved along down here and worked towards the bridge, which you'll see. This is actually the little steel panel that you'll see on a bridge, Dan. And that ultimately led to water going over the road, and that's how the road actually got washed away. These are trees that are probably hundreds of years old. If Terence can give you a look up this area, you'll see it's very forest-like. It's trees all over and then houses further down below. The complaint from residents, and let's understand that officials are trying their best to get to everyone as soon as possible. Several areas have been affected in eThekwini in particular, and that's why emergency services have been brought in from other municipalities. So residents are saying that the authorities are not working fast enough to get help to them. Officials will argue that they're trying their best given what they have to deal with and the large scale of this disaster. And that's what we're seeing all over eThekwini. This is it. Rubbish all over the place. Roads ripped apart. Buildings that have collapsed. Cars in rivers. And that's it. That's the aftermath of these floods, Dan. And weather forecasters, of course, saying that people should be aware. They are expecting more rains later today.
Yeah, but
Dan?
Fortunately, we understand the intensity of the rains will not be as it was at the weekend. However, because there are already many waterlogged areas due to the more than 200 millimeters of rain that fell in parts of eThekwini, people are being advised to continue to take care. That makeshift bridge there or walkway over that waterway doesn't inspire much confidence. But we understand that from today, the local government authorities are saying they want to step up relief efforts. I spoke to two rescuers this morning, Paul Herbst and Jameson, Gareth Jameson. They are saying they are really hoping there'll be more efforts to assist communities because there's also people who are still said to be missing, Shahan.
Yeah, they are, and that's what authorities are actually working on as a priority. People who are missing because, they could be trapped in houses, they could be anywhere, and that would be the priority for authorities to try to save as many people as possible. You're seeing more people coming across the bridge right now. I'm hoping they get here so that I can speak to them, Dan. But let's talk more about what authorities are going to have to do here. Generally, when there is a flood warning, that, of course, entails a rain of 50 millimeters. Yesterday, we saw in Kwazulu-Natal and overnight since Monday, 200 millimeters of rain in eThekwini alone. And that tells you how devastating these floods were. It's 3 times the amount that usually is sent out as a warning. And these residents are, of course, trying to get to work. That's one of the things that people have been complaining about, Dan. How do we get to work and earn our money if we can't? And are our bosses going to be understanding when it comes to this? I'm going to try and see if I can speak to them. But let me let them get through first, because I don't want them to actually...
Yeah, those two
Can I just speak to
gentlemen
you very
up front,
quickly? I don't
they
have
should
much
be
time. Just-
helping that lady. They shouldn't be leaving that lady behind.
Yeah, maybe one of you help her, and then you speak to me very quickly. Just tell me, what's it like? What's the situation like now since Monday?
Okay, we currently have had no running water. We've had no telecommunications because the telephone poles have fallen down. It's completely cut off from the mainland. And it's going to be a problem for us to try and get water and food to the rest of the residents as well.
Yeah. So are you going to work now, or are you going to get supplies?
No, I'm actually an educator at Crossmoor Secondary. So my mom is a school clerk at Allenson Primary. We're just trying to get to work and see what we can do.
Yeah. And then, of course, try to come back with water and stuff a little later after
We had
work.
a supply of water from the community on the side of the river. A lot of them got some water, and last night they supplied bread as well to those who needed bread and water.
So grateful for that.
This year we constructed last night. I think we must have finished about 8 o'clock last night doing this job. It took us a whole afternoon because the river was flowing a little bit stronger than today. But we managed to make something to get across just to get supplies. Yeah.
Do you think authorities are doing enough to actually try to help you out, bearing in mind that this disaster is widespread across the
I've
province?
seen the news and I know what damages have been done. But they need to be more jacked up for instances like this.
Okay, thank you guys so much, and good luck.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, Dan, there you have it. Hearing from the community who've come across the bridge, they are a bit irritated, and rightfully so, but also realistic about the fact that authorities have a lot to deal with.
Thank you very much, Shahan. We're going to have to leave you there.